Okay, so we're good to go. So again, my name is David McCabe. I am the Senior Director of Education here at the Club Management Association, and my primary responsibility is with our conference education program. So I'm going to start off talking about that in a number of different ways. So for all of you, welcome and thank you for registering for your first conference. We hope you'll have a great time, and hopefully this presentation here will give some pointers to you and make it a little bit less intimidating when you get there in Nashville. So the first thing I would like to talk about is our event app. That is going to be your Bible for the event. Basically, we'll describe it. It has the schedule of everything, and also will have information about where different sessions are, where different events are, if there's any changes. So what I'm going to do here in a moment, I'm going to share my screen. So this will be the online version of the app. It's going to look a little different than on your phone or tablet, but it has the same availability. So one moment here, share. Oh, again, everyone, apologize that I had this queued up, and as best laid plans always seem to go awry. So this will be our app. Again, this is a little bit different than what it'll look like on your phone, but the functionality is the same. So where you would find everything would be the schedule. So if you click on here, and it'll list the different days. So you can see up top here where you have the different days. You would click on those, and it'll list. So for example, on Sunday, this will list everything that's going on from registration to sessions that we have, the first time gathering. So hopefully you'll join us there. We'll go over some things, and we'll have a fun activity planned for that on site. And hours of different things at conference, like our member services pavilion, which Kim will talk about in a little bit, and things like that. And then the one thing that I'm going to get into is our education sessions. So a couple different things that you will use the app for the education. The first is how you will evaluate sessions. So at the end of a session, you would click on the session description. At the end of the session, there will be, if you see here, it's the description. It says, click here to evaluate this session and claim your certification credits. So this is how you evaluate it. It's also how you will get your credits. So you would click here. It is a hyperlink. And nope, that did not go to where it was supposed to. I apologize. Let me pick a different session.
We're going to test the limits of technology today.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay, so let's try this session here. It's thinking.
David, can you repeat the telephone number for
yes.
call-in?
Yes, I can. The telephone number for call-in is 415-655-0001, 415-655-0001. The event number, 666-102-339. 666-102-339. Okay, so this session did work. So I have to go back and check that other session to see why it didn't. The first thing that's going to come up, it'll say, claim your credits for this is the name of the session here. And then it'll ask for attendance code. Every speaker at the end of their session is going to give an attendance code. That will verify for us that you were at a specific session. You would enter that attendance code here. It is not case sensitive, so it can be uppercase, lowercase, anything like that. So you would put that in, and then you would hit next. The next question is going to ask you, what is your membership number? Now, the membership number will be on your badge. So if you do not remember it, don't worry. Just look down at your badge and you'll see your membership number. You will put that in. And then it is going to ask you a series of 5 questions in relation to the program. For example, would you rate its overall value? How did you find its relevancy to club operations? How would you rate the speaker? Things like that. And then at the end, you would hit submit. You'll get a message back that says, thank you for submitting. So again, that will evaluate the session for us. So it lets us know how you liked it, and it helps us make any changes for next year or decide whether or not we want to bring a specific speaker back, things like that. But it'll also get your credits for that. If you happen to go to a session, a conference, and you're halfway through it and you find out the session is not for you, you don't particularly care for whatever reason, and then you go to another session, do not evaluate both sessions, because what will happen is the system will give you credits for both sessions, and it'll look to us that you were at claiming credits for 2 sessions at the same time, and you obviously can't be 2 places at the same time. So if you do split sessions like that, only evaluate one of those sessions, so then you will still get the proper credits, but you won't get so it won't look at a duplicate, and we won't have to get in touch with you afterwards and things like that to find out which session that you were at. So again, if you happen to split a session for whatever reason, only evaluate one of those sessions within the time slot. So also, I mentioned about the member number is on your badge. So if you look down again, it'll be on the bottom right-hand corner, I believe. So you don't worry about remembering that for each of the sessions. For claiming your credits, you will only have 48 hours to do that. So if you don't claim the credits right away, make sure you write down that attendance code that the speaker is going to give you, and within 24 hours, claim your credits. With our new database system that you know we recently put into place, the credits will be posted overnight. So you will not see them right away, so don't claim the credits and then go to look for your credit history and say, oh, I don't see them there. Overnight, we have to run a process that will post those credits. So that would be there. That should be it for the credits there. So I'm going to go back over to the app. So how you would go about understanding the tracks. So you will see when you look at the schedule for the different sessions, you go to a day where we have a number of sessions. You will see right here where this opening business session, so the track is for all. For this follow the leader, it says post-certification, executive, post-certification executive, so on. These are just suggestions. About 4 or 5 years ago, the feedback we were receiving is that people would like to know what level these programs are before going to them, because sometimes either a program may be too easy for them or too hard for them. So either way, so this is more of a guide for you. You can go to any session. So if you are a manager who's only been in the industry for 6 months, but you want to go to an executive session, you are free to do so. These are really just suggestions. And like I said, you can go to any session that you want. You would pick how to pick your session. You do not need to pre-register for any session. So, for example, we're on Monday, and you want to go to this Get a Grip 6 Keys to Getting the Performance You Want. You would show up to room 101C right here and attend the session. At the end, the speaker will give you the attendance code, and then you would go through that process that I just explained. The only exception to this is on Sunday, there is a 3-hour, what we call pre-conference workshop. Prior to conference, there's a wine society workshop and also a bicycle Chautauqua. They require additional registration in addition to the yacht club sessions that we have on Monday. But other than that, all the other sessions, you would just show up at the room and attend the session that you wish. So you don't need to pre-record. Finally, I am going to go into the conference recordings. So the majority of the sessions we do record. So we record the audio, and we also sync the slide presentation up to the audio. Any attendee who has a full registration or an education-only registration will have access to those recordings as part of your registration package, and it will be on CMAA University. Usually within about 4 weeks or so after conference, you'll get an email with information about how to access that. There are some speakers who ask us to not record the session, so when you go, you may find a few sessions that are not listed, and the reason for that would be that the speaker asks us to not record them, but the majority of them. The one question we will get, we do not record the keynote speakers. That is, all of their contracts, they request that we do not record their sessions. So we hope you really like our keynote speakers, but you will not get a recording of their presentation afterwards. So with that, I'm going to stop share my screen, go back over to the main webinar here to see if we have any questions.
Sure, David. A couple of questions have come in. First up, where can you find speaker material?
Oh, great question. So the speaker materials will be in the app as well. So let me go back over to share my screen again, and I will show you where that will be. Share my screen. Okay, so this session, let me see if one I know for sure has a, all the speakers are still getting them into me. I'm just trying to look here. Here, I believe this innovation session. Oh, no, that does not. Okay, I will pick one of this. May or may not have it in here, but you would go to onto the schedule, pick your session. This one does. Good. I picked a good one. So you would scroll down. Here's the section again, just a reminder where you would claim your credits and evaluate the session. So you scroll down, and it'll say documents. So any documents that the speaker has sent into me prior will be listed here. Occasionally, a speaker may not give those documents to me prior to conference, but they will send it to me afterwards. You will have access to the app after conference as well. So sometimes if there's not something there when you're on site, you may want to check back shortly after the conference, and it may be there as well. So let me go back over here. Were there any other questions that had come in? How do I pre-register for the conference? I see somebody asked, how do I pre-register for the pre-conference workshop on Sunday the 24th? If you go to cmaa.org and then /conference, and then go to the register, even if you've already registered for the main conference, you could go back in and there's still availability. You would click on the register button there, go through the registration process, put in your credit card number and things like that. So there's still availability.
Just so you know, when you go through that process, it will give you a warning that you've already registered for just a general registration. Like with any good pop-up box you get on your computer, just click OK. You might get that more than once.
Okay. And I see another person has asked, will you be sending out the link to be invited to this event on Crowd Compass? No, we will not. So you just have to go. Oh, and actually, there's our slide, but there's the four of us. This slide here, so this is where you would go. So you will not get an invitation. You would just go to either your mobile app store, whatever your particular service is, or your device is, and search for Crowd Compass Attendee Hub. Once that's installed, you would search for CMAA World Conference, and then you'll click on there, and it'll download. You only need to do that once. So once you do that, you'll have it on your phone. Any updates will automatically go in. If we change a time, if we add a presentation materials or something like that, it'll automatically go in. One thing you will want to do, if you want other attendees to be able to see you on the attendee list and to contact you, on the upper right or either left or right, depending on your device, you'll be able to go into your profile. You will want to go in and you can add a picture, you can add your bio, things like that, your phone number or email. It will automatically be selected to your profile as being private. So your information will not go out. You must select that you want it to be public if you want other people to be able to contact you through the app. So that's important there. So just remember that. If you want to access it through your desktop, like I was just doing, there's the link is there. And again, we will be sending the copy of these recordings out and the copy of the slides out, so you'll have that link. Somebody just asked, this is a good question, for non-members of CMAA, for example, this individual I believe is a member of our partner, the Canadian Society of Club Managers, will we be issued a member number for conference? That number will be on your badge. So it's basically a record in our system. So when you register, that member number is, quote unquote, member number is created, use that number. So if you are not a member of CMAA, still use the number that is on your badge. Those credits will be recorded into your record, so if you ever become a CMAA member, they will already be there. Or for like this individual, I believe is a CSCM member, we would have that information recorded. So when CSCM contacts us asking us about what credits you attend, what sessions you attended, we would have that as well. So that's a good question. If we were to watch the recorded sessions when they are online, do we receive credits still for them? That is a yes and no question. So the majority of them, you will not earn credits. It's similar to the recorded webinars that we have. Our colleague Sarah Bell, who is in charge of our CMA University, she does take the sessions that are the 5 highest rated sessions and make them available for credit. So there will be availability to get some credits as long as you did not attend that session. So we would look to see if you attended the session. If you attended the session and it happened to be one of the 5 highest rated ones, if you were to do the recording, you would not get the credit again. But there will be some credit opportunity there for sessions you did not attend if they were in that highest rated one. Let me see if there are any other questions here. I don't believe there are. It's not there. It wasn't letting me scroll. Okay, with that, I'll go on to the next slide here. So with that, I believe I touched everything. So I will turn it over to Melissa, and she will cover the Club Business Expo. So Melissa, I turn it over to you.
Awesome. Good afternoon, everybody. We're so excited. We're just 24 days out from conference. And one of the most exciting events is the Club Business Expo. This will be Tuesday and Wednesday up during the week of conference. Again, if you access back to the app, there is a button specifically for the Club Business Expo, and you can preview the exhibitors ahead of time. We actually will have more than just over 250 exhibitors within the Music City Center. And the features this year, we've got aisles and aisles of possibilities. The great features this year include the Wellness Pavilion. As you may have heard, CMA has taken over management of the Club, Spa, and Fitness Association, and with our partners in CSFA, we are presenting specific wellness education, as well as throughout the week, as well as Club Spa-specific vendors. So definitely check out that section of the floor. We'll also have Clubhouse Live. This was a new idea 2 years ago. It'll give you 15-minute presentations from idea fair winners, from experts within the field, as well as a number of our companies that'll give you education really in a quick, fast setting. Those are great sessions to step into. As well, we'll have interactive putt-putt this year, so it'll make a little fun on the floor. You'll get a scorecard as you once you step onto the show floor, and you'll fill that out. The other really cool thing we'll be adding this year are the Charge and Chill Parks, and these are presented by our partnership network. And these are a great place to sit, network, as well as you'll have the opportunity to charge your device. David talked about using that app. It's going to be your communication vehicle throughout the week, and we'll talk more about how to stay up to date with the communications. But as we know, there'll be opportunity. That'll definitely drain your battery, so it'll be an opportunity for you to charge your device and take a rest right there on the show floor. Like I said, you can connect with the vendors and exhibitors at the Club Business Expo. Just use that link directly from the app. Any questions, David, about the Club Business Expo before we move on to our networking and activities section?
I don't think so, but let me just double check here. No, I do not.
Awesome.
So let me advance the slide here.
So conference definitely has a great number of opportunities for networking and different activities. So while you come for the education, you come to browse the expo, you certainly are there to connect with your fellow club management professionals. And I'll turn it over to Kim to talk a little bit about our networking event. We're very excited about our location this year.
So hi, everybody. I didn't get a chance to introduce myself at the beginning. My name is Kim Pasquale. I get to oversee membership engagement for CMAA, and I cannot wait to meet each of you in person. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all in conference. And what did Melissa say? 24 days? Yowza. So anyway, one of the first big fun things that we get to do is our large networking event on Tuesday evening. And we are going to be in a pre-party, which will begin at 6 o'clock. At the restaurants of Tequila Cowboy, Luke Bryan's, and Jason Aldean. Luke Bryan and Jason Aldean, you may not know, are two of country music's greatest superstars, and they have recently opened new venues in the downtown Nashville area, and we are going to get to be some of the first guests there, and all three of those properties are going to show us a great time. Food, drinks, all of the fun that you could possibly have, line dancing, maybe some karaoke. And then we are going to head on over to the Ryman, which is about a block away, for a private concert with a A-list Nashville superstar, and that information about who is going to be performing for CMAA will be divulged soon, but we're not giving that away today, so you're not getting that out of us. We're looking forward to that. We just want to give you some logistics here. This is, when we head to the Ryman, it is a security-based property. So you're going to go through a metal detector, and you should read all of the information that Melissa will provide via communication efforts and the app about what to bring, what not to bring, what to leave home, and you will need to have your CMAA your CMAA badge, which identifies you as a CMAA member. You will have a networking credential if you have purchased a ticket for this event, whether it's a full conference registration or you've purchased a ticket for the event solely. There will be a credential for that, as well as the third piece is an actual ticket for the concert at the Ryman Auditorium. So there'll be three things to have. Again, your name badge, a credential for the evening, and then an actual ticket to get access into the Ryman Auditorium. And that's that. I'm going to turn it back over to Melissa, who's going to talk about our awards breakfast.
Absolutely. We have a great new event this year, and this has replaced the Club Foundation event and is a great opportunity to come together and celebrate. We are celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Club Foundation this year. If you're not familiar with the foundation, it is our philanthropic arm which helps support the future of the club industry through scholarships, grants, research funding, and you'll certainly hear more on site, but we'll be celebrating the 30th anniversary and all of their scholarship recipients. We'll also be presenting all of our chapter and individual awards here. And so that will be Chapter of the Year, our recruitment awards, the 25-year club, as well as all of our individual awards. So we'll be honoring all the winners of the Idea Fair, and that. Hang on to that concept because we'll show you what that means in just a minute. This year we have featured speaker Scott Hamilton. You probably know him as an Olympic champion, but he's also someone who has traversed a great many health issues in his life. He's going to be a great inspirational speaker. He recently published his third book, and the first 500 attendees to the event will receive a copy of his book and have the opportunity to attend signing afterwards. This is a little different. It is a separate ticket purchase for the event. It will include your breakfast, and again, if you're one of the first 500 attendees, it will include that book, and that's for $30. You can go back to what David mentioned earlier. If you haven't bought that ticket yet, you can go right back to the cmaa.org/conference website and purchase that ticket. We'll be selling those on site if there still is availability. It's really going to be a fun event. We're really excited about bringing these awards back into one session this year. And now it's time to talk about our member communities at conference.
So are we going back to me?
You're going back to you, I'm gonna.
Kyle, if you're on board, if you want to pipe in on anything, just give a shout, okay?
You got it.
Okay. So CMAA's member communities is a growing initiative, and we're very excited to present some of our heavy hitters, the young professionals who are CMAA members who are age 40 and under, the women in club management, which hopefully is self-explanatory, but men are more than welcome to participate in any of the activities that will be scheduled throughout the week, usually education, some networking, some other ideas. And then David has some oversight for the City and Yacht Club manager sessions. David, is there anything in particular?
Sure. So the Yacht Club sessions will be on Monday the 25th. There is a slight charge for that because there is a lunch that is included. I believe it's $60 for that. There's a series of programs that we have that are specifically for Yacht Club managers. Information was sent out to specifically the Yacht Club managers, but if you didn't get that or you wouldn't like it again, feel free to contact me here at the office, and I'll be happy to go over that with you. The City Club managers, there are two sessions that I believe, I'm looking at my schedule here, I believe they're on Wednesday. One is on Wednesday, one is on Thursday. So we have, there's a City Club Manager Roundtable, which will take place on Wednesday morning. And then on Thursday, we have somebody coming from Chambers who is going to be speaking about basically the yacht club or city clubs of the future and issues that will be affecting city clubs in the future. Those city club sessions, there is not a charge for them. So that is just like a regular education session. If you want to go, you show up. It's not limited to city club managers. So if you're interested and want to find out more about city clubs, feel free to attend that.
Just real quick, everybody, back to the YoPros, if you fall into that classification of 40 and under, they have a couple cool activities going on. One, they're doing a networking event at the escape room in the beginning of conference week, and they are also conducting a service event throughout the week of conference. We're collecting school supplies for the public schools in the Nashville area through a group called Pencil, and we will have a drop-off box on site at conference, like I said, the entire week. So if you feel like bringing some school supplies to help out the public school teachers in Nashville, that would be amazing. Kyle, did I miss anything?
No, I think you covered everything. And just to, I'll just reiterate, the YoPros are a group made up of anyone who's 40 and under. So if it's something that you're remotely interested in, networking with other young managers in the industry, please come and interact and engage with the YoPros. They're a really vibrant group. They're a lot of fun. And who doesn't like an escape room? Really.
Absolutely.
Can we lie about our age, Kyle, and go to the escape
You may
room?
not lie about your age, David.
We'll be checking IDs.
Totally card everyone.
Awesome. So we're going to move on and talk about the Club Foundation activities at conference. You should have gotten a copy of the CF Impact last Thursday, which is their quarterly newsletter. Comes out by electronically. So a couple of really exciting things. First of all, Nashville is a boot kind of town, right? So if you don't have your boots ready, the Club Foundation has thought of everything. So the Club Foundation is offering its boot auction. You can win a pair of boots and wear them to the networking event. So you'll fit in with Jason Aldean and everybody else. So the auction will be located at the Music City Center, and all proceeds will benefit the Club Foundation. It'll be a buy it now auction, so there'll be a price. There'll be options there to buy right there. You can also check out the inventory. If you click into the app, click the auctions button, you'll find out information about the boot auction, as well as the wine auctions, which we'll talk about in just a minute. The other thing that the Club Foundation presents at conference is the 50/50 raffle. You can, using your phone, text to purchase tickets, and you do not have to be present to win, but the winner will be announced at the closing business session. The great news is, again, you don't have to be present to win, but you'll be able to get more information about that. The raffle officially opens on February 1, so keep out for more information from that. So now we're going to talk about the wine auction. So who doesn't like wine? I mean, with your boots, you got your boots and your wine. You'll be all set for Nashville. So this is an annual event presented by the International Wine Society. That's one of our member communities that is also very active at conference, and you can find more information on their website at cma.org/wine society. But these annual wine auctions offer hundreds of bottles of wine. Chapters from around the country compete to donate the most wine and earn the coveted Bucky Trophy. And this gives you the opportunity to bid throughout the week through the silent auction. Again, that is all accessible electronically and online. We moved away from paper forms. And you can get that right through the app and start previewing what's available. The great news is there's also a live auction. It's really fun to come together and watch the bidding for some great lots of wine. That's on February 25th at 5:45. There's generally a pairing and a pouring at that event, and it is open to anyone. There is no cost to attend. So please come meet members of the Wine Society and get to know the Wine Society and stop by the wine room. It's really one of the most impressive things you'll see at conference. I'll turn it over to Kim to talk about the Member Services Pavilion.
Sure. If you're looking for a CMAA staff member who is not in the registration area when we are on site, you are most likely going to find us at CMAA's Member Services Pavilion, which will be located in the first floor of the Convention Center. There we take what CMAA does here. If you need any help on your credit history or you want to talk about membership issues, it's just basically information central while we're on site in Nashville. There'll be club resources demos with staff members, and again, I want to reiterate, if you wanted to do anything with your certification history, you can talk to David and or Brian on staff, and they'll be there to help you out. And go ahead, Dave.
Okay, and I also chime in, we also, if any of you volunteered to introduce speakers, thank you very much. That's where we will have those introductions as well. Sorry.
No, that's great. Excellent.
When you were talking about education, I thought.
And there's a lot of other things going on, but we're going to talk about them throughout the rest of the presentation. So I don't want to head into the career stuff now. But the next thing is, David, if we can go to the next slide, please. This is what Melissa was alluding to in the Idea Fair. CMAA hosts this annually at the World Conference. It's like being at Science Fair from high school, if you can remember all the way back to those days, like I can barely do. But they're literally 22 by 28 size posters of club-tested, member-tested ideas in about 21 different categories. We have approximately 250 entries every year. They are judged by a group of your peers. And by the way, there is still time to enter. Don't forget to enter if you have a great idea. And you will have a great opportunity to walk around and peruse other folks' ideas. We like to say, if you can steal it and implement it at your club, it's a great idea. So it's one of the highlights of World Conference, I will tell you that. Get a lot of good feedback. And then post-conference, we take pictures and descriptions of each of the entries. So if you forget about something you've seen and you want to use that as a resource, you'll be able to find that on CMAA's website probably about 2 weeks or so after the World Conference. Dave, next slide, please. If I can keep going, inside of the Member Services Pavilion is a special area called Club Careers, where CMAA brings along job boards. So anyone who has an open position at their club at the time of conference has an opportunity to post that job and maybe potentially conduct an interview on staff or meet up with a person who might be interested in taking a look at your position. We have a lot of student members, 350 of them approximately, who love looking for entry-level positions or getting involved in the club management industry. So there's an internship job board and there's entry-level job boards. So take an opportunity to do that. Also, you can sign up for an executive coaching session with two of CMAA's coaches, Kevin McDonald and Shelley McDougall, and they provide those on site in 45-minute increments, and you can sign up for those either now or on site. And we also do resume reviews and critiques. That's done on site with a professional resume writer. I believe that you can also sign up for those on site, but you can also include that. I think Melissa was kind enough to include the link. The easiest way to do it is to go on CMAA's homepage and click on Club Careers and go from there. It's pretty easy. I think I'm moving on, and then I'm going to turn it over to the fantastic Kyle Jennings to talk about our career opportunities and mentoring showcase.
Great, thanks, Kim. I'm going to jump on one thing you said about the resume and coaching signups. You can sign up for those on site in Nashville, but we definitely recommend that you do it ahead of time online. They fill up very, very quickly because they are a hot commodity. So if that's something that you might be interested in, definitely go online to Career Services, find the conference drop-down, and get signed up before you get to Nashville. Moving on to the Career Opportunities and Mentoring Showcase. This is a job fair of sorts for our student members. As Kim said, we have more than 300 students that join us at World Conference, and many of those students are looking for a job. This is a chance for clubs to come set up a table, bring with them any handouts, any other collateral that they might have. If you are currently looking for interns or looking to hire more permanent positions, this showcase is a great place for you to meet face-to-face with students, talk to them about their interests, their backgrounds, and possibly find someone to fill those open positions. And we have, again, a sign up online for this. You can sign up just to participate, and then you can also sign up to reserve a spot at a table. This otherwise is first come, first serve. So it's often a little bit of a jostle for table space, but if you pay a $50 fee ahead of time, we will have a reserved space for you at the table so you don't have to get there and camp out really, really early. If you have any questions about participating in this showcase, I'm happy to answer them. You can just shoot me an email afterwards and I will help you out. I think that's all I have on that unless anyone has questions right now, and it doesn't look like we do. All right, whoever's next, take it away.
Okay, I think one more time you get to hear from me. We are going on to voting. And every year at conference, the CMAA elects its new board of directors. We have a couple of bylaw amendments to vote on that are housekeeping issues. If you are a current CMAA member who has paid their 2019 dues and you are in the classification of professional, alumnus, or retired professional, you are eligible to vote. You can pick your credentials up on site at conference and then walk into our voting area and vote for CMAA's new directors. and the 2 bylaw amendments. And that's about it. You will hear from each candidate at the opening business session, and then have an opportunity to vote on 3 days throughout the conference. If you're not seeking to vote on site, there's still time to vote online. That process is going on currently, and you can see all about that on CMA's homepage at www.cma.org, and just click on the voting tab.
So a lot of our networking that you'll have will happen outside of the general activities. We wanted to give you an idea and a feel for how you'll identify other attendees. So the badge you're seeing here is the traditional blue, and this will be this navy color. This is what we provide for club management professionals in the full and education-only category. You'll also see folks in orange, and these are really all of our club management professionals. If you see someone with a tan badge, that is a significant other or a guest of a member. Our exhibitors will have a gray tag. Our CMA Partnership Network companies will be in a royal bright blue. Our student and faculty members will appear in red. Speakers and our education-only attendees will be in green. Our allied and international attendees, we have attendees from many countries who participate in the World Conference, and those folks will be in a maroon color. Our prospective exhibitors, which you'll see probably around the show floor, would be in yellow, and all of our staff team, all of my colleagues here, will all be in white to help make it much easier for you to identify us throughout the week. So we've found ways to make your badge a little bit more fun. First of all, as newbies, you'll have the option to pick up a newbie sticker, which is a nice, cute little bee. This is a Kim idea, and it's super cute, but it helps you identify other folks who were also newbies to conference. And we have the opportunity to visit our ribbon wall to give your badge some personality. There are some great ones, things that say like doer, little sarcastic. They're very fun, but it's a great opportunity for you to add. And we certainly have very traditional ones as well for chapter officers. If you're a donor to the Club Foundation, you can pick up your sticker here as well. So it's a great opportunity to give yourself a little bit, make it a little bit more fun. So we've gone over a lot of information. We've talked about a lot of things. Before we move on, David, are there any questions on networking and events that we should address?
There were not on networking or events. There was one that came in through education, and unfortunately, it is partly cut off. But I think I see what the person was asking. They said the pre-conference workshop on the 24th looks to be for post-certification / executive. That's where it shut off. That's where it cut off, and I can't see the rest of it. But I'm guessing you're going to ask again. That is just a recommendation. So if that is something, if that topic is something that interests you and you want to go, by all means, you do not have to be either in the post-certification track or the executive. And while I'm at that, I apologize. I didn't describe what our 3 tracks are. So we have a pre-certification, and generally that is referring to people who are fairly new to the industry, usually within their first just starting out to their up to about maybe 7 years in the industry. They have not yet earned their CCM designation. The post-certification are generally for those who are about 7 to 15 years in the industry. Then most of those would have their CCM designation. And then the executive is looking at generally those who are more than likely GMs, have been in the industry for 15 plus years. So I apologize for not doing that earlier. So if that didn't answer your questions, feel free to contact me afterwards. But like I said, it got cut off, but I'm guessing that's what maybe they were asking. So again, that workshop was just a recommendation. If that's a topic that interests you, please feel free to go ahead and register for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So staying connected. There's a lot of information to know about conference. There's a couple of ways to stay in touch on that. In advance, as a registered attendee, we will be sending you weekly emails. So all of our information that we're going to be sending you is electronic. Until you get on site and receive your badge, you will not receive anything further in print other than the conference brochure that you've already received. So please make sure that CMA@cma.org is on your safe senders list. We'll be sending weekly emails that really highlight what's going on. For instance, last Friday, we sent an email about how to download the app. This week, our focus email, which is coming out tomorrow, is going to focus on those career services opportunities. The app really is the advance notice, so as well for information. So you can check the entire slate of education sessions is listed there, all of the activities, all that information is on the app now.
And that screen, that little shot that you see there, that is what it'll look like on your mobile device. So it looked a little differently when I was sharing my screen, but that's what regardless of which device you're on, that's what it would look like, if a tablet or a smartphone.
Absolutely. Thanks, David. Great point. Once you're on site, you'll get a daily conference email that'll give you the highlights of that day and specific information of what you need to know, where to be when. And again, the app is going to be your source for breaking news. Please turn on your notifications for the app at least just while you're at conference. If, for instance, we have to change location on something, or we have a major announcement regarding safety and security, we will be using the app to get that information out to you. If you do not turn those permissions on, that information will just show up in the spot where it says activity feed. So if you don't have those notifications on, for instance, we've had instances where bus location pickup and drop-off has changed, and you need to know about it. Again, and all safety and security information will be distributed through those notifications. So just making that point again, all that information that you'll be getting is going to be coming electronically. So if your email address is not current on file with the association, this is a great time to make that change. And now our FAQs. This is the most frequently asked questions that we get here at headquarters. What to wear? Nashville this year is business casual. So while you may see presenters in suits or individuals who are making presentations during general sessions in suits, the official rule of thumb approved dress is business casual. So please feel free to dress in business casual.
Aside from the networking event, please feel free to wear jeans.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because we'll be enjoying some boogieing.
All networking events are cash. The average temperature in Nashville is 55 degrees during the end of February. So don't dress for the Florida weather. Don't dress for the 27 degrees here in D.C. right now.
Or the
bless your
Midwest.
heart.
Or the polar vortex.
All of our friends in Chicago, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
So plan for that. Although the good news is we will be inside most of the day. Comfortable shoes are a must. The Music City Center is large, and you will be moving between rooms. So it's not a good time to break in new shoes. It's not a good time to break in your heels.
That's a good point, Melissa, because the education will be on basically 3 different levels. So there are some rooms that are on the first, there is a room or 2 that are on the second, and then there's also one that's on the 4th level. So that's a good point. And the Expo is on the 3rd level. So it is spread across the Music City Center.
We're moving.
Absolutely. So you will get your 10,000 steps. Bring another layer. It's best to make sure you have a sweater, a vest, a cardigan, anything zip up, your flannel, whatever's most comfortable for you. Again, with these rooms, we do monitor the temperature, but especially with large convention spaces, it's hard to get the temperature changed immediately, so throw that in your bag. It's definitely worth it to have. We'll also have charging stations. I mentioned the charge and chill lounges earlier. Within the Club Business Expo, we'll also have charging stations throughout our spaces in the Music City Center, and you'll actually be able to leave your phone, lock it, put a code in, and come back and get it. So those are going to be available in multiple spots. So if you have, the mini chargers that a lot of us have, it's a great thing to pack as well. And when you're on site, you will be getting a lovely notebook. I'm not spoiling anything. We'll be giving you a lovely notebook and pen for you to take notes, but it's also great to bring a bag for anything you might pick up at the Expo or just to make yourself, to carry stuff around at the event. The other awesome thing about the World Conference is that we have our friends at Royal Cup Coffee, and I misspelled club coffee. You can type the word club too much. That should be Royal Cup Coffee. I'm so sorry. We will have the CMA Coffee Lounge, and that's going to be on the 2nd floor. They are going to charge you up both first thing in the morning with options. Not only will they give you some beautiful warm coffee. My favorite is their Bella Vista blend, which is beautiful.
How do you feel? How do you really feel about that?
I feel strongly about the coffee at conference, guys. So love their warm coffee, but they also make some phenomenal teas, and they make some phenomenal afternoon, the frou drinks with the whipped cream and the straw and the chocolate sauce. Stop by. That is free to attendees with your badges throughout the week. So their hours will be in the app, but definitely check them out and talk to our fabulous friends at Royal Cup Coffee. And so just a reminder that our first timers gathering on site will be Sunday, February 24th at 10:45 a.m. The location is in the app. But this is a great opportunity to meet and connect with other first timers. You'll meet our president, Bobby Grafassi from New Orleans Country Club, as well as networking guru Michael Hughes will be on site. And David can tell you a little bit about Michael and also the opportunity next week to hear from him.
Yes, thank you. So Michael Hughes, as Melissa mentioned, is a networking guru, and that's what he speaks on. So he is going to be actually doing 3 things for us next week, and I think it went out yesterday to sign up for the webinar, that he is going to be doing a webinar prior to say how to get the most out of your webinar, how to get the most out of your conference experience. That is for either first-timers or veterans, just to kind of give you some tips for networking or other things to make the experience the most for you, to get the most out of it. And then he will be doing a short activity at this first timers gathering, and then he will be doing a networking session at the very first session block on Sunday afternoon or Sunday late morning afternoon, 11:30 to 12:30, with also some more information about how to network to the best of your ability, to give you some tips there. So that we purposely scheduled that in the first time slot so you could use those tips throughout the week.
Great, excellent. Hey, David and Melissa, a quick thing that I wanted to mention before we head into our questions is CMAA recently brought on the Club Spa and Fitness Association as one of its subsidiaries, which is a very exciting time for the association to really embrace what that association is doing in the way of club management and spa and fitness and wellness and health. That organization will be highlighted in the Wellness Center and on the show floor, but I did want to mention that if you like exercise and to feel good about staying active at conference, aside from getting approximately 10,000 steps a day walking to education, we do have 2 opportunities for fitness activities. One is on Sunday evening from 5 to 7 is a beer yoga that you can sign up for in advance of conference or on site. And the other program is a sweat working, which would kind of be like a mini boot camp on Wednesday morning from 7 to 8. Both of those are ticketed activities, so you do need to sign up in advance. But I just wanted to give you all a heads up that if you feel like working out with a group of people, those are 2 opportunities for you, sponsored by the Club Spa and Fitness Association. So thank you.
Kim, and to build on that, they also will be having some education, which is the Wellness Pavilion, which will be up next to the Expo floor, and there will be some club and spa specific education, but it'll be open to everybody. So if it's something that you're interested in, we will have, there's 3 specific sessions that they are doing on Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, and then Wednesday morning as well. So feel free to join that. There will be credits associated to that, just like the other education. So please take advantage of that also.
Thanks.
Do we have any questions, David?
There were a few. This one I think we could all answer, but it says, at what point do we need to be in business attire? And that answer would be never.
Never.
So in previous conferences, there were some opportunities for that, but that is not the case here. So please feel free, business casual, all the education business sessions, expo, things like that. And as Kim and Melissa mentioned, the networking event is definitely casual. For that, so there is no opportunity or no requirement for you to be in business attire.
Unless you feel so compelled.
Yes, we're not going to stop you if you come in a suit and tie. We're not going to say, no, you're not allowed in. So this also one says, do we need to purchase a ticket to the concert, or is it included with our registration?
Sure. So it would just depend on the registration category. If you registered for a full registration, either as a member or non-member, that does include the ticket to the networking event. If you purchased in education or any other category, it is not included. You can check your if you log back in to the CMA system through registration, you can actually check and see what was included with your original registration. You can also check your registration receipt, or feel free to give us a call here at the office. We're happy to check and walk you through.
Additionally, the networking event ticket is included with the significant other registration as well. So if you registered as a full registration and you registered a significant other or a guest, the networking event ticket is included in that registration as well.
Good point.
Somebody did mention that it was 21 degrees in Nashville today. So as we mentioned, it's 24 days away, so hopefully it will be up to that 55.
I checked the weather. It's actually going to be 60 there this weekend, so things are improving.
Everybody think good thoughts. Think good thoughts.
Warm thoughts, guys. Warm thoughts.
So other than that, I know an individual had said they were having some difficulty with the app, and I know both Kyle and I reached out to them privately, answers, so either reach out to Kyle or I, we can help you with that. I'm looking through to see if there are any other questions here that we did not address. Let me look through here. I do not see any, so I'll give another moment or two to see if there's any questions.
You have all of our names, and you are more than welcome to contact myself, Kim, Melissa, David, or Kyle if we can help you with anything in advance. But like I said, all of us will be able to be viewed in person at the Member Services Pavilion.
We'll go back. I can go back
Feel free to stop by.
Slide that had our pictures.
And say hello.
Yeah, we're really excited to seeing everybody in Nashville and having really our biggest event of the year.
So with that, I'm looking through. I don't see any more. Will there be an information packet submitted to attendees prior to conference?
Nope. All information is electronic, so the emails that you'll get over the next 3-4 weeks are your know before you go email.
Great, thank you. With that, and then we're coming up on the end of the hour as well, so I think the timing is perfect. So thank you all for joining us today, and again, I do apologize for those technical difficulties there in the beginning, so thanks for your patience with that as well. But on behalf of my colleagues here, we want to thank you all for joining us, and we can't wait to see you in Nashville.
Thanks, everybody.
Absolutely. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye-bye.